For BC, Alberta, even into Saskatchewan, Manitoba, where we do have some showers this morning and some thunder showers lingering. But it's really over the Great Lakes this morning where we're starting to see those very slow-moving, sluggish thunderstorms bring a very rumbly start to the day down towards Windsor into the southwest. So this is pretty indicative of what we'll see across the region through today. It is going to be a thunderstormy day in southern Ontario and then through southern Quebec. In terms of your daytime highs, still hot, quite muggy as well in southern Ontario, and a whole lot of cloud outside of those storms. So Toronto today getting up to 28 degrees, but it'll feel closer to about 33. Ottawa 27. See, further north, it's cooler, but it's also sunnier today, so you'll take that upside. Thunder Bay, what you have this morning will clear, and you'll get about 23 later on. In through southern Quebec, you can see thunderstorms this morning give way to afternoon convective weather as well. So we'll see those towering cumulus. You'll get some showers, thunderstorms as well into the afternoon through Montreal, Gatineau, into the eastern townships, and up towards Quebec City as well. And then we slide over to Atlantic Canada, and there's the sunshine, 27 today in Fredericton. Late evening, some of the storms that are in Quebec will slide into northern New Brunswick, but otherwise 27 degrees today in Fredericton, 22 in Halifax. This is nice in advance of some wetter weather that's moving in tonight. So we'll talk about that now. We'll see our widespread thunderstorm risk into this afternoon. And as you can see, it's not everywhere, but they are pretty scattered from southern Ontario, from Windsor, all the way up towards the Gaspé Peninsula, some even stretching up towards Labrador. Now into tomorrow, we get into some decent rain. It starts overnight tonight and into Saturday morning. Halifax area could see 15 to 20 millimeters of rain. Much more up towards the shoreline of Newfoundland. Burgeo could see possibly up to about 30 millimeters. In behind that, we do get some more convective activity Saturday afternoon, but southern Ontario will stay sunny. Saturday's the day in southern Ontario from Windsor all the way up towards Ottawa and then sliding through Montreal and up towards Quebec City. Enjoy it because into Sunday, it's a little more unsettled. And again, we get into this trend of afternoon active weather. So it's kind of a mixed forecast ahead for the east. We're well versed in this in eastern Canada. Western Canada, as I mentioned, has the heat, eastern Canada, but we do have plenty of active weather to talk about. This morning, thunderstorms are the biggest concern. And right through the Windsor area, we have a severe thunderstorm this morning that has prompted a warning from Environment Canada. Up to nickel-sized hail is possible with this rather slow-moving storm that's creeping its way into the Windsor area and likely very gusty winds, heavy downpours as well. Now in through southern Quebec, through the eastern townships up towards Quebec City, you're under a severe thunderstorm watch because of the likelihood of active weather later on this afternoon. Those storms will fire up sometime after the lunch hour. There's that severe thunderstorm warning in the yellow, fairly isolated area, but as these storms continue to track eastward, if they maintain strength, we'll likely see those warnings expanded. In terms of the forecast for Ontario, you can see much of the Great Lakes region has thunderstorms in the forecast because even into this afternoon, that instability is there. They won't be constant through the day, but if you do have outdoor plans, right up until about midnight or so tonight, there is the risk that those storms could fire up. So keep an eye to the sky and head indoors if you do start to hear thunder. Further north, it's cooler through Sault Ste. Marie, 19 today, 18 in Timmins, 22 in Sudbury, but any precipitation is likely to stay just as rain showers, not likely thunderstorms. In through Quebec, you can see that thunderstorm risk in the south. Montreal, you're included in the risk, but not under the watch this morning. Sherbrooke, 26 degrees this afternoon, 24 in Quebec City. Now, Atlantic Canada, that's where the sunshine returns, safe for a few showers possible in Yarmouth and St. John, New Brunswick. But otherwise, temperatures are looking pretty nice today. 21 degrees ahead in St. John's, 23 in Sydney. Now, this is going to change as we head into tonight. Much more wetter weather is expected to move its way in, largely in Nova Scotia and then up towards Newfoundland. The amplified precipitation you're seeing a little bit further west, that's from thunderstorms. But in terms of the rain moving its way in, you can see Halifax getting up to about 15 millimeters of rain, and then much more as we're heading to some communities up towards Newfoundland. So keep your umbrellas handy, although I've been told umbrellas are not necessarily a good idea in Atlantic Canada, too windy. Some fairly significant rain this morning and a rumbly start to the day, a whole lot of lightning. There's that severe thunderstorm watch this morning for the eastern townships up towards Quebec City as well. This afternoon, there is the likelihood that we'll see the development of some severe cells right along the coastline for the St. Lawrence and then down further south through the eastern townships. Montreal, you may have a thunderstorm, so I've included it in your forecast as well. In through southern Ontario, There's also the risk of thunderstorms developing as well, but likely non-severe at this point. Now, portions of western New Brunswick could also tap into the action. Otherwise, Atlantic Canada looking pretty good today. That's where we've got the sun in the east. It all changes tonight, though, as rain moves its way in through Nova Scotia up towards Newfoundland as well, and we could get into some decent rain totals by midday on Saturday. Most of Saturday, sunny across a region that's seeing thunderstorms today, but showers further north in Ontario and through central Quebec as well. And then we see that afternoon active weather developing again into Sunday. Now, in terms of the rain moving into Atlantic Canada, you can see the totals there definitely more amplified towards Newfoundland. Again, that's tonight and into tomorrow. Western Canada pretty quiet this morning, save for a few thunderstorms right around southern Manitoba, tracking into the northwest of Ontario. A few showers in portions of Saskatchewan that have diminished as the morning's progressing. Otherwise, it's hot, and this heat warning has been expanded to include a number of communities in Alberta. Remember yesterday, it was just really Calgary east towards Saskatchewan. Now it is crossing the boundary into Saskatchewan. Temperatures vary depending on where you are. Around Calgary, they're over 29 degrees Celsius. Into Saskatchewan, to about 32, and you can see some